What's up, Lego builders? Welcome back to Coconut Brick Studios for the final episode of building the UCS Acclamator in Lego. This journey started all the way back at the end of May, I think. This was kind of just going to be like a filler project to get me from Utapau to Kato Namoidia, and then it really blossomed into something just huge and spectacular. I think my original Acclamator was going to be about this long, and right now, last time I measured, I think I clocked it at like 35 to 38 inches, which is ridiculous. That's about 3 feet long. It's so cool to see it grow and expand over the episodes, especially from episodes 1, 2, and 3 to the rest of the episodes. It was almost like 2 different building series for you guys in the beginning. Remember, I was going off of a really small, simple model, and I just couldn't get the angles right, and then I switched up how I was building the frame and completely revamped the whole build. So this was a really cool series for me to kind of sit down and engineer and build a large-scale vehicle for the first time ever. It was probably cool for you guys too, because you got to see the trials and struggles of someone who's not very good at vehicle building, who's never really done it before, and kind of figure out and learn the ropes as he goes. It wasn't always the greatest for me, having to, show so many mess ups and failures, and just, some of the episodes just didn't really feel like they were going anywhere, but that's okay. That's part of the process. That's part of the reason why I put these videos out here for you guys. So that being said, summary of the series, I guess. This week I am going to be finishing up the Acclamator. I'm going to be finishing the greebling that'll go along the right side of the ship, as well as fixing the bridge, and then doing like a few minor other things. Basically just like finishing up different parts and making sure it looks ship shape. I do also have a really cool micro build that's going to be going with this ship, and I will be revealing that as well. All that being said, I think it's time to get started. So the timeline for this episode is going to look like this. I've got to drop down the height of this bridge area, get that finished, get this area plated off. I need to greeble the other side of the ship. I need to greeble the front. I need to do a couple things on the underside. So it shouldn't be too difficult, but I definitely do have a few things to finish up. I do also have a little haul here. This is an important haul because this is the final haul for the UCS Acclamator. I mean, the last order was supposed to be the last one, but it turns out I was short one wedge plate. This one, I was short one wedge plate. And then I got also some parts for my Wolfpack gunship that should be finished up this week as well. And then it looks like a couple of parts for Kato Namoidia. And while I'm filming, a little sneak peek of my next mock. I think what I'm going to do next is take off this bottom row, drop that down, and then take off one of these layers of plates and see if dropping it down that much will make it look better. I'll kind of stick the plates on and stuff and see how that looks. And while I've got the ship over here, this is where that wedge plate goes. So the underside is kind of partially unfinished. I do need to do something about this little gap right here. I don't like how big it is, so maybe I'll experiment with some plates. All in all, it should be a fun week, especially because at the end of this week, I'll be completely done with this. I'm so excited to see the finished product. So here's the micro build I've been hinting and talking about for a little while. As you can probably guess from the pieces, it is a small Republic gunship. I figured you can't have a large scale Acclamator without having a couple of small gunships to escort it. It's not scaled perfectly to the gunship. It's going to look a little bit bigger than it should, but I mean, you can only get so small with Lego, and I feel like it captures the idea of how big the Acclamator is supposed to be. It's a pretty simple build. I laid out all the pieces, and I'm going to kind of walk you through how to build it here just in case anybody wants to build their own. I did get some inspiration from that same Acclamator build I've referenced a few times now. He also had some mini gunships. I tried to change it up a little bit just so I wasn't, blatantly just copying his brick for brick. I think the only thing I really don't like about this model are the wings. I feel like they're a little bit too big for the rest of the body. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. I have this one, and then I'm working on building a second. So when I do the finale, I'll have a couple of small gunships escorting the Acclamator. So here's the finished gunship. Not a bad little ship. Not the best proportioned, like I was saying, but I think, going next to the Acclamator, it'll still look pretty cool. I do have a second one in the works. I'm just missing the pieces to connect the wedge plates to the body, and then that one will be done. I'll probably just have them flying down low next to the Acclamator somewhere. As far as the Acclamator goes, it's basically finished. I just finished live streaming, and you can see I greebled off this entire side as well as the front. I did some more cosmetic tweaks up here on the top. Built up this area. There are some gaps right here that I didn't really like. There is a gap right here and right there, and I tried fixing that, but anything I tried didn't look as good as just leaving it like that, so I think I'm just going to leave it. I did also add some more tiling in right here, and I did add some more tiling on the actual plates. Those will be going on later. Now, the bridge, I changed quite a bit. You can see I made it shorter. So I actually took off the bottom row of bricks, so now it doesn't run all the way to the edge. And I put these plates with like the railing piece on the front, whatever you want to call them. I don't really know what they're called, but I did that because there was a little bit of a gap between this front panel and this panel, and that covers it up perfectly. You can see basically seamless at that point, so very happy with how that looks. I did put this little section of plate in as well. I was looking at the Acclamator build, and it looks like there's some kind of a platform that runs along the side of the bridge, so that's what this is trying to replicate. And then I shrunk this down, and then the back here I actually added this, and then on the back here I added this little like horn thing. I was looking at the rear of the Acclamator, and I noticed on the back there it just had a little piece that was protruding out. So trying to keep it, accurate, I decided to stick that on there. All in all, I'm pretty happy with how the bridge looks. I'm still not sure if I'm happy with the height. Part of me feels like it's still a little too tall. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, if you think I should drop it down even more, or if you think it's fine like that. I think that basically wraps up everything I wanted to show you guys for the final Acclamator stream. I did also get a little bit more done underneath here. So I actually stuck this wedge plate on right there because there was a big gap right there. So now I'm much happier with the gap now. It's much smaller and less noticeable. So I had someone bring up an important question on the stream: why no turrets? So the episode 2 version of the Acclamator has turrets or turbo lasers on the sides, but the Clone Wars variant does. And I feel like I kind of erred on the side of the Clone Wars style more than I did the episode 2 style, so I decided no turrets, but I still did design one. This is kind of what it looks like, just like a simple turbo laser. So I may toy with adding them, in the future as I continue to work on it, and they'll just sit right there like that. So I'll have probably like 3 or 4 on each side. So let me know what you think of the turbo laser look right there. I think they do look pretty cool. Thank you guys so much for watching the video today. I've really appreciated all the support I got for the Acclamator build. It's been an absolute blast. Honestly, can't believe it's done. It's crazy wrapping up a mock project, especially one of this size. But I really don't think there's anything left to show you guys. So with that being said, let's hit the outro. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the final week of building the UCS Acclamator. I can't believe it's done. Next week is the finale, and I really don't have anything else to say. I really do appreciate all of you who have watched this series from the beginning, those of you who joined later on and watched, commented, gave me feedback, gave me support. I really appreciate those of you who reached out via email with design instructions, advice, questions. I feel like I had a lot of great interaction with a lot of people throughout this build, and that was awesome. I really feel like this build was able to help grow my channel and kind of expand my building in an area that I wasn't really expecting to go, and that is vehicle building. Never really considered myself a vehicle builder, but after doing this, honestly think I might do more in the future. We'll see. Anyways, enough said. If you guys like this video, don't forget to leave me a big thumbs up, and of course, don't forget to let me know what you thought of this episode down below in the comments. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any future content, especially the finale of the Acclamator. You don't want to miss that, so make sure to sub. But until next time, happy building.